There's a plethora of reasons why I chose to be here instead of Canada. One of the biggest reasons would just be the opportunities provided here in the States. There's a lot bigger programs offering, and they take a lot more students. Also, being an international student, the States is something that is very welcoming to Canadian international students because of the equivalency throughout academia. So a lot of it was easily transitioned over to the American school.
The direct entry programs that DUVO offers, for example, the direct entry pharmacy, Chiro and PT, it's not something that we usually have in Canada. And also another reason of coming was recruitment with soccer. So I didn't want to sacrifice like academics in the health field to pursue soccer and do another major that I wasn't like interested in. So it was nice that I was able to merge both and be able to be an athlete at DUVO, but also be in one of those health profession careers.
Initially, I was looking at an 8-year program in Canada, but then I found DUVO has a 5-year program, which saves me 3 years of time. And it also gives me a license in America, which I found very useful because I can either work in America or Canada, which gives me some diversity in my work field.
There's only a few programs that are direct like DUVO pharmacy. One of them is CAP. It's very, very competitive. I believe it's around 20 seats per year. And then other than that, you have to do 4 years of undergrad and then hope to have a 4.0 GPA and then apply into pharmacy school, whether it be anywhere in Canada, and then just pray that you get accepted.
I chose to pursue my Doctor of Pharmacy in the United States because I felt like it offered more clinical opportunities as well as the chance to practice at the highest level of my license once I would graduate. And then I'm also pursuing residency after graduation, so I did anticipate that completing my doctorate here in the United States would open more doors for me there. I also did complete my undergraduate degree in the United States as well, so just getting to interact with different healthcare professionals throughout those 4 years is really what inspired me to continue my education here.
I think definitely I considered the fact that the US kind of had more opportunities for pharmacists in a bunch of different roles, in a bunch of different settings, more distinct areas of expertise than I think we have in Canada. So more positions in hospitals and outpatient clinics, and the opportunity for specializations and residencies that wasn't as marketed in Canada, where I feel like here all my professors are always recommending residencies and telling us like how many opportunities we have and the different fields that we can be in. It's not just simply community or hospital, there's a bunch of other ones.
I ended up choosing DUVO for several reasons, with one of them being that the close proximity I had to home, that I knew that if anything were to happen or if I ever needed to go back home, I'd be able to do so. I really wanted to join a community where I knew that there was going to be smaller class sizes and I'd be able to have a louder voice in the class and be able to be more involved on campus as well. And when I landed at DUVO, I thought it was the best of both worlds.
I'm fortunate enough to say that I think I've built some great relationships with some mentors. I've gotten to work on research projects with them within pharmacy organizations, and I'm confident that these are mentors that I'll definitely keep in touch with for the rest of my career.
I would say I've had a great experience at DUVO. I feel like that started from my first interview with some of the faculty that are now my professors and the dean of the School of Pharmacy. It just right away, it felt like they were looking at me as like a person. I wasn't a number or a grade that they had to choose to accept or reject. You could tell they were trying to get to know me. They were trying to get to know my experience, what drove me to apply, what drove me into pharmacy, and it just felt very personable. I really remember coming out of the interview feeling like I had more of like a conversation with these people than I was being evaluated. I really appreciated that, and I definitely see that continue on in my classes. I feel like my professors you could tell they're looking out for us and they're trying to support us, and they care about our success and they want to see us do well, so they're very accessible to us and very helpful. And again, they're looking at us more than just a grade if we passed or failed. They're really trying to get us to understand the content and find what interests us.
I think the academic development at DUVO has been extraordinary, especially within the pharmacy school and the pharmacy program. Having those class sizes that are so small and concentrated, but also being able to have a lot of opportunities where we're doing a lot of patient counseling, using a lot of the centers like the simulation center and the hub, and all these different opportunities that are unique to DUVO has really helped me excel in my academic profession.
A lot of friends were available or already at the school because they had the same thought process that I did. And we've developed our own community here as Canadians. It's not something that sort of excludes us from the regular student body, but it's something that helps us embark and sort of become and embrace some of that. And I know a lot of Canadians now will establish themselves as Bills Mafia and all that stuff. So it's something that we found security within ourselves, but that security also allowed us to break out of our shells and to sort of explore some of the more American things that we might not have explored. I know that as first glance we have not only Canadians coming, but like students from other states as well. So they might not be aware of all the amazing things that we have to offer here in upstate New York, or you guys call it Western New York. That's something that I had to figure out myself, be it from the wings, which was impressive to me because I've had tons of chicken wings back home, but to have wings here, it's like a whole nother experience where it's like, it's eye-opening to think that there's a lot of things here that you might not expect to have, right? There's a lot to uncover, be it from the wings to the snowboarding to the football mafia like culture that's embedded within the city. It's all stuff that you just need to open your eyes to, and I feel like once I've opened my eyes to it, I was able to build an appreciation for the city of Buffalo and Duville University, and it's something that I'd like to pass on, and I've been given the opportunity, so it's all what you can make it.
I feel like ever since coming to Duville, I've become a mega fan for the sports. In high school, I never really cared about the sports that the athletes played. I heard about it and I just went to the back of my mind. But here in Duville, I actually go to the games and I watch them. So it's kind of got me having pride for my school and, like being passionate about it. When watching like a women's basketball game or men's basketball game or any basketball game or any sport in Duville, I would say the anticipation and the silence. But then once we get a goal or a basket, everyone erupts. And we also have our own like chants and everything, and it's nice to see like how creative the crowd has become with the chants and the spirithood, and sometimes just things that you don't expect that like some of the players do, and that's when it really gets like hyped. I'm rooting for them, and being part of Duville and studying here honestly makes me happy, and I'm always representing it, always wearing the merch, always telling people they should come here because honestly it's a good school and definitely like the best decision I've made.
My experience at Duville has been nothing short of extraordinary, really. I think Duville has helped prepare me not just academically to achieve some of these things post-graduation like a fellowship, but I think the student experience that I received here at Duville really played an impactful role in helping me achieve this. During my time at Duville, I've held several different leadership roles and other opportunities to get involved, from the very beginning as an orientation leader and an orientation assistant to a student ambassador to being in several clubs and eventually being the president of the Student Government Association as well. And having all these extracurricular opportunities gave me the opportunity to showcase all the skills that I developed through these opportunities when it came time for interviews and when it came time to really go in this competitive field of the pharmaceutical industry.